This is my reaction to Dan Vasc performing Here I Go Again, originally by Whitesnake. Let's commence.
I don't know where I'm going, but I sure know where I've been. Hanging on the promises and songs of yesterday, and I made up my mind.
He made up his mind, ladies and gentlemen. This is Whitesnake action right here. 80s vibes coming through beautifully. Dan Vasc starting us off oh so professionally. Now, don't get it mixed up. Dan Vasc is a consummate professional, but he's just absolutely calmly bringing us into this track. Now, this young man's capabilities, well and truly established, ladies and gentlemen. Dan Vasc is capable of so much with his voice, ladies and gentlemen, and I, for one, would not be surprised if he takes us on a road here, a road of vocal discovery. Let's see what he does with this classic jam.
I ain't wasting no more time. Though I keep searching for an answer, I never seem to find what I'm looking for. Oh Lord, I pray you give me strength to carry on, 'cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. Here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone, and I made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. Just another heart in need of rescue.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is not possible to be disappointed with this young man's vocal performances. There's not a single occasion since I've started checking out Dan Vasc that I've said to myself, that's not very impressive. It's always impressive, ladies and gentlemen. I like how he soared it up there for that main part there, for that chorus line. He just absolutely gave us that flavor, ladies and gentlemen. The 80s are coming through very strongly, very magnificently in this performance. Me, I love the 80s. Me, I originated in the 80s. I'm from the 80s, ladies and gentlemen. It's a fantastic decade, and Dan Vasc is giving us that flavor, and it's just coming through so nicely. As always, the instrumental being very, very effortlessly and solidly performed here. That guitar taking us along, that drum taking us along. But Dan Vasc is the one absolutely holding our hand and taking us through this track. Awesome business, Danny boy.
Waiting on love's sweet charity. I ain't gonna hold on for the rest of my days, 'cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams.
Yes, to answer that question, sorry to interrupt, I am very much enjoying the cover, and yes, I shall drop a like and I shall let you know, Mr. Dan Vasc. Awesome stuff.
And here we go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone, and I made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time, but here I go again. Here I go again. Here I go again.
How awesome was that? You just the ability he has to just, throw these awesome little flourishes into his performances. That's what makes it his own. You just know you're dealing with Dan here. Such an unmistakable voice here by this young man. Dan's law, not Murphy's law, says shut up and do something. Do something about it. Dan is doing something as we speak. He's giving us an awesome version of Here I Go Again. Keep going, Dan. Solo boys.
Cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely sea of dreams. Here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter I was born to walk alone, and I know what it means to walk alone the lonely sea of dreams. Here I go again on my own.
Buy the Dan Vasc merch and support the man. The man deserves to be supported. Dan Vasc once again displaying his magnificent talent for the whole world to see. YouTube, you gotta appreciate what the man brings to you. And he took this classic 1980s song, ladies and gentlemen, and he just absolutely gave it to us. He gave it to us properly there. I loved his take on it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he just glided through that track so effortlessly. He hit us with that hair metal scream there at one point, various flourishes, but the performance was very strong, as it always is from this young man, ladies and gentlemen. A performer of strength, a performer of character and attitude, and he always delivers. Dan Vasc being magnificent once again. Here I Go Again is a song by British rock band Whitesnake. It was originally released on their 1982 album Saints and Sinners. 1982, epic, awesome year. Don't mess with me. 74 as well. The power ballad was re-recorded for their 1987 self-titled album as well. A very successful, very memorable track that's been covered by other artists, and it is featured in, TV shows and in movies. It's just such a memorable jam, this one. Very enjoyable track. Whitesnake, of course, that English hard rock band formed in London back in 1978. The group was originally put together as the backing band for singer David Coverdale, who had recently left Deep Purple at that time. Though the band quickly developed into their own entity, Coverdale is the only constant member throughout the history of that band. They performed various genres including hard rock, blues rock, glam metal and heavy metal. They were active from 1978 to 1990, from 1994 to 1997 and from 2003 to the present day, ladies and gentlemen. Whitesnake vibes all the way. And Dan Vasc, Dan Vasc was never gonna let us down with his interpretation. Here I Go Again. Dan just making it absolutely flow for our entertainment and just being awesome. Dan Vasc being uniquely awesome. As usual, ladies and gentlemen, another really strong performance by this really strong and superb vocalist. Dan Vasc went again and he knocked my socks off. This was a riff-tastic performance.